my mental health has never been the greatest, but for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm trying to do something about it. I started therapy a few months ago, and that was a big thing for me because I don't know why, but like I always was like afraid to go to therapy. I I didn't think I was going to get judgment from other people, but like I felt like I was judging myself. Like if I needed therapy, that was me admitting to myself that there's something wrong with me, even though I knew there were many things going wrong in my life. I've had so many times where I felt so out of control and so anxious, but I just didn't want to accept that it was a problem or accept that it was a problem that there could be a solution for. I'm happy that I'm going to therapy. I think it's good, obviously, for me. And it's held me accountable for my progress with my mental health. But yeah, it's been a little eye-opening, I think, just to hear my therapist tell me that like I've experienced trauma. Like I've never wanted to admit that to myself. And even so, I'm still like, I don't even want to say that because I don't feel like I've experienced the trauma that other people have. And I think we all have that kind of experience. We don't think that our trauma is enough to be considered serious. But yeah, we've just been talking about how I probably have OCD, which I've speculated that I have OCD before. Like I've thought that that was a possibility, but again, just like I had this resistance to getting treatment or like getting diagnosed with something. So I never did, but I think I'm kind of accepting that. But as I process through that, as I accept that, there's part of me that's like, I've started this YouTube channel about recovering from an eating disorder. And what if my eating disorder was just part of my OCD? And since I don't have my OCD under control in other domains of my life, then I must not be qualified or be knowledgeable enough or be recovered enough to try and help other people through eating disorders. That is the thought that's really been weighing on my mind. That, and also that nobody cares. Like, I don't even know why I'm making this video, honestly. I didn't write a script at all. It's nighttime, so the lighting is horrible. I probably look like garbage. Okay, reword, I don't look like garbage. It's probably not the best lighting, but I want to look back on this in a year, 2 years, 3 years, and see how far I've come as a human with my own personal growth, but also to see what I've done with my YouTube channel, all the videos that I've made, hopefully people that I've helped. I want this video to be something that holds me accountable to keep going on YouTube and keep posting. Even though I'm like, nobody watches my videos, no one cares, I'm not qualified enough to give advice, I want to continue. I have no idea where I'm going with that, but yeah, so like I don't feel recovered enough to help people. And that got me thinking, like, are we ever fully recovered if we have been through an eating disorder? I don't know, you know, like I feel like I'm in a good place with my weight. I'm at a good place with my relationship with food and exercise. But this has been a season of change for my body. Like I'm 5 months postpartum and I'm seeing myself losing weight from my pregnancy. And so that makes me nervous about if that will get in my head, if I'll start wanting to get my pre-pregnancy body back, or if I won't be healthy enough or have enough body fat for me to like convince people that I can help them overcome an eating disorder. So I've had like a lot of negative self-talk with that. And I think I'm just gonna have to accept that my body's gonna do what my body's gonna do. And I accepted that going into my pregnancy, so I gained the weight easily. It wasn't hard for me, I didn't struggle with that. And I thought I might, given my restrictive past and my struggles with gaining weight. I thought it might be hard to gain weight during pregnancy, and it wasn't hard. But now seeing that weight come off, I'm wondering if that will be triggering for me. Already I feel like it is a little bit. Like I do see myself change and I'm like, oh, I'm starting to look better. I'm starting to look normal. I'm starting to look like the way I was. And I really want to get away from those words because there's no such thing as normal. It's just my body is what it is today. And I'm going to honor my appetite. I'm going to eat what I want, and it's going to look the way it's going to look. I'm trying to tell myself that, but it's a sensitive topic for sure. And I know that there's people that would love to have my body, and they think I'm privileged and entitled, which I probably am in a lot of ways, because I wasn't born into a body of a larger size. I have never struggled with having obesity. So in that way, it's hard because I want to be so accepting, I want to be so body positive, but I've also never struggled with that. And so a lot of times I feel like I'm not enough. My body's not enough. I am a young, attractive, white woman, financially stable, privileged. So who am I to make any comments about how to love yourself and love your body? So I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about like my OCD or whatever. I haven't technically been diagnosed by a psychiatrist. This is just what my therapist and I have talked about, but I struggle right now with like skin picking a lot. And I haven't talked about that a lot on my YouTube. Of course, it's a new YouTube, but still. But yeah, I have struggled with that for many years. I have family members that struggle with that. And I think it comes from a similar place that some of my disordered eating thoughts have come from, of like just not being good enough and wanting control and that sort of thing. And I've definitely known that I have an obsessive personality. Like I'm very all in on things and I can't let go and move on easily. I really attach myself to whatever I'm doing. Even now that I'm doing YouTube, I've really attached myself to that. And I'm like, I have to keep going. I have to make a video every day. I need to do more. So that's just me. That's just who I am. That's how I was in college. I was a very just rigid, structured, type A, study constantly type person. I've been that way with every single sport that I've done or whatever art form. Pretty much all of my hobbies I become really obsessed with. And there's pros and cons to that. The pros are I'm really dedicated. I work really hard and improve. I improve more than the average person because I put more time into it than the average person. But the cons of that are it comes with so much anxiety. If you mess up in the for me to go outside of like the routine that I impose on myself, it's really stressful. Like years ago when I worked out a lot, it would be so stressful for me to miss a workout day, or for me to get injured and not be able to do my normal workouts. Like that used to be super distressing to me. And now it's more like if I don't, have a certain routine in my life of like keeping things clean and I don't know, being productive, like, and that was a big thing for me in college too, is like being productive. Like I had this like obsession with being productive. Like if I wasn't being productive, then I was being lazy, and that was bad. So those are things that I still struggle with. But at the same time, I don't want to discount everything I've done to recover from my food and exercise issues and my body image issues, because I've done so much work and I have seen and experienced things that few people on this earth will ever experience. I know what it's like to be starving, and not many people have that experience. And it was extremely difficult. And I spent years overcoming that. So I want to remind myself that no, my mental health is not perfect right now. And I don't think anyone's is, but doesn't mean I haven't made a lot of progress with my mental health, and doesn't mean I'm not putting in the work every day. I'm going to therapy now, and maybe I will be even starting medicine, and that's completely okay. I'm doing the most for myself right now. I'm trying to be the best wife and the best mother and the best advocate for others that I can possibly be. And I hope that's reflected on this YouTube channel. So let's see where my mental health is in a year. I'm gonna look back at this video, I'm gonna watch this video and see how I'm doing. And I hope that if anyone watches this, that you can feel encouraged about going on your own mental health journey. And if you struggle with eating, you struggle with exercise, you struggle with body image, please join the community that I'm trying to build here of people that are learning to love themselves every day.